Hello and good day. As a reminder, I will be in Atlanta, Georgia on December the 30th. So if anyone needs any help while I'm in the area, you can reach out. My information will be at the bottom of this video. You can email me or DM me on TikTok or YouTube. If you're not following me on YouTube, you can follow me under the Woke Prophet. Now, moving into my story for today. Now, I had a grandmother that reached out, and she said that her grandson, so she has a young grandson, around 4 years old, and he has autism. She said she just was noticing like some unusual behaviors, and she had this strong intuition that something wasn't right. She felt like that he was being attacked. So she tried to get some help from a spiritual person, and she said things seemed to get a little better, and then it went right back to the same. So she contacted me. She booked a spiritual consulting deliverance session through my website at the bottom of this video, and by doing that, I'm able to see if there are any demonic spirits attached to you, and if so, I can get the names of these spirits, and I can pray to remove these spirits and whatever else that needs to be done. I would explain it to you in the session. Now, of course, I say this all the time. Spirits cannot attach to you without having an invite or an open door. All right. So if you open that door, they will come in. They can't just jump on you just because it doesn't work that way. So anyway, she booked this session, and I started to look at her grandson. So I started to see that he had a spirit that was attached to him. Now, keep in mind, she was telling me that he doesn't understand like verbal responses. He's not verbal, so he doesn't speak. So he doesn't even like understand different commands when you're trying to speak to him. So I told her, I said, well, I want to pray over him. I want to see what happens, because I saw that he had a spirit. So he had the spirit of Leviathan that was attached to him. And if you don't know who Leviathan is, this is a serpent that comes from the marine kingdom, that comes from the ocean, that comes from the abyss. Now, I've seen this spirit several times, run into him a lot. Not only that, when I'm working with kids that have autism, just about every time I'm running into the same spirit, the spirit of Leviathan. Now, as I started to pray over him, I started commanding the demon to talk. So of course we're doing all of this through Zoom, virtual Zoom session. So I'm looking at him and I'm saying, come out of him now in the name of Yeshua. I kept saying it over and over and over. Well, the boy turns around and he looks at the camera and he starts shaking his head back and forth saying no. So of course this kind of, this had his grandmother stunned. She was like, well, he doesn't even understand when you're speaking to him, so how could he, like, what's happening? And I had to explain to her that it wasn't him. This was this demon inside of him, Leviathan, saying that it was refusing to come out of him. So again, I started to pray over him. So he started to squirm and, just moving around and trying to get away. So she was holding him, and then he started to stick his tongue out. So he started to move his tongue back and forth, as if he was hissing, as if he was a snake. Again, this is the spirit Leviathan. This is what this spirit will do. So I had to figure out how this spirit entered this young child. So I started commanding this demon over and over and over and over. And the demon was telling me it entered him through cartoons. So it entered him through trolls. So when these kids are dealing with different conditions, like autism, this is like a handicap, and the kid will be very vulnerable, and these demons will take advantage of this, and this is how they're entering the kids. But because he was watching trolls and he was watching it so much, this was one of his favorite cartoons. And of course, these trolls, we know these are demonic figures. I don't care how you dress them up, and the things they do and they say, so trolls are demonic. So he was watching this This is one of his favorite cartoons. So this opened the door for this spirit of Leviathan to enter him. Now, some of the things she was telling me that he was doing, she was like, he loves water. So he's always filling the tub up with water. She said he fills everything up with water. He would go to the toilet. He would start playing in the water in the toilet. He will run water in the sink, she said everything will overflow. So he loves to flood things with the water, because I asked her about how does he act around water, because when I'm working with people, either they would be scared of water or they're drawn to water. So because this is a marine spirit, some people will even tell me that when they're walking, their socks and their feet feel wet. This is what the spirit would do. So anyway, I'll be going to help him, and Yeshua will free him. And again, you could be praying for him as well. This stuff is crazy out here, but everyone have a safe and great